Fourth episode filmed tonight. Yeah,
That's a
we
good
do this.
intro. Let's stick
Yeah,
with that.
yeah. We care about you people. We give you the content and the quality you need. But tonight, what we're going to drink is the second of the bourbon pursuits. This is the Bourbon Pursuit Rye. It is also 108 proof, and it is also 7cc. So you might have watched our video where we reviewed the Bourbon Pursuit bourbon and saw everything we said about that. They also release a rye. So this is our review on the rye by Kenny Coleman and Ryan Cecil. I'm pretty excited because they always do a really good job.
Sorry they didn't call it Rye Pursuit Rye.
Rye Pursuit Rye. Okay.
But I do
So,
appreciate that this is named after Ryan.
yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, Ryan's the guy that blends and all that. So he's just slightly better. All right. So mash bills from Kentucky and Maryland. So this is Bardstown and Sagamore Spirits for their rye collab. It is
I mean, I
also a
speculate
blend.
on the Maryland piece. I don't know
I,
that
I
actually.
I'm like 90% sure you're right because they're always posting that they're at Sagamore. And not just for their RTDs, which I'm jealous. I would love some of the Sagamore RTDs in Kentucky, but it's only at the distillery. I mean, being able to just pop a can of like a Sagamore old fashioned, that sounds pretty amazing. I'd take that over beer anytime, but that's just me.
Yeah, I suppose it's contextual. Like sometimes I probably can't get the old fashioned that I can make at home. So
Yeah.
that would be better.
Well, I don't want to always like I have a kid running around trying to pee on the potty. I don't want to deal with that. I want to just go pop it open and drink it. So there is a market for that. You'll understand that in
TJ
about
is the
three
market.
three
Yeah.
years. So yeah. So
On that probably.
this is their Pursuit United Rye. It actually won a decent number of awards. I think it won double or won platinum at the Ascot Awards, and a couple other things. So it's done pretty good. I'm pretty excited to try this. So
Am I the only one that's skeptical of all those awards?
we're all skeptical of the awards.
Because
We're
there are
just
literally
saying.
7,000 awards. And then there's all these levels: platinum, double platinum, gold, double gold,
Triple
super
gold.
special,
Mm-hmm. Here's your medal.
rusty metal,
We don't actually say
bronze.
all. Well, and so my biggest problem is they don't say all the distilleries that entered. So, like, if you entered but didn't win an award, we
Yeah.
just don't mention you. No, we need to mention like they tried and failed
TJ, you're
because
my favorite TJ tonight. You get a you're double
I get
gold
a
TJ
double
tonight.
platinum, double platinum.
Double
Yes,
platinum TJ. You are
yes.
double platinum TJ tonight. Woo!
So
Sometimes you're not always double platinum TJ,
I
let me
know.
tell you.
Yeah, my wife can agree. Give 100% of the effort, 50% of the time. So the nose is
Works
decent.
6% of the time, every time. I really like the nose.
There's it's not like super rye notes. There's no dill pickle or anything like that. There's bourbon
No, I'm
notes
getting
and hay
yeah.
notes.
Yeah, I'm getting more bourbon notes, like a
Mm-hmm.
butterscotch,
Little
a little
honey.
bit of hay, like a young hay. Yep, honey.
I like it.
Almost get a little bit of age in there too.
Yeah.
A little bit of yeah. It's backed up by some fruitiness, some cherry. Yeah, and then I mean the backbone is still like a rye herbal straw note that
Oh.
like it still lets you know it's a rye.
Oh man. So the palate is good. It's like honey, maybe honeysuckle, a little vanilla, but then that finish just like bam, it's a rye. Like just comes in. It's like we're not gonna let you forget what we are. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's a That's really good. That palate
Mhm.
is yeah, honey and herbal notes.
We go a little
Maybe like
lavender.
I'm still getting some. Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely a floral note.
Yeah. So those of you out there in the community that have a big bourbon collection or rye collection, just big spirits
Wow.
collection, there are bottles that you try and you're like, gosh dang it, I should have bought a second bottle. This is that bottle for me. Like I should have got a second. Like I haven't drank very much of it, and I'm not going to drink very much of it. It's gonna be I'm gonna be careful with this bottle, but it's a surprise. It's really good.
That's I mean, even the texture is like creamier through the mid palate
Mm-hmm.
to the finish. Really coats it nicely. Dang, TJ. Like this is the first. So I've enjoyed the Pursuit Uniteds, but if you watched our
Yeah,
previous reviews, like I haven't exactly said, "Oh, I'm going to go buy this."
yeah,
I said, "Oh, I'm probably just going to drink TJ's." This might be the exception, and I'm not
yeah,
even like self-proclaimed like rye takes a second fiddle to my bourbon.
yeah.
This might be the exception, and we drank a Sagamore Spirits 8 year earlier,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting. If part of this is from the same distillery,
Yeah.
um, this puts it to shame.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic.
This is really, really good. Like all those people chasing the 4 and 6 year old Willets, stop. Come here. Come home. This thing is really, really good. I don't care if you are a rye drinker. I don't care if
Mm.
you're a bourbon drinker. There are notes of both, and you are going to very much enjoy it. This is an exceptional pour. Ryan Cecil, sir, you did an amazing job blending. Thank you for your service.
I think what it provides is like, to me, one of the things I don't like about MGP rye is that the too much dill pickle, the
Yeah,
95 fives. I find myself enjoying more of the Kentucky Rye, a little bit lower rye mash bill. This kind of gives you like it definitely lets you know it's a rye. There's some herbal notes there. There's the lavender, the floral notes, but there's still like that. There's a little bit of that oaked caramel butterscotch that you
yes.
get in a classic bourbon that I'm getting on this, in addition to those rye herbal floral notes. It is really well balanced from start to
Yeah,
finish. Like great nose, good palate, and it gives you a finish. Like at
yep,
108 proof, this might be. Dang, are you putting in this in the rye of the year?
absolutely.
If it's a contender.
Oh yeah. It is
I
absolutely
don't,
delicious.
man. Normally, like TJ, I normally give you a hard time for just jumping on new stuff because you just get, like squirrel.
Yep. I'm always willing to try
New
something new.
bourbon. TJ is
Yep.
like, yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. You might be right on this one.
Yeah. This is
You know what
really,
they
really
say,
good.
like TJ cried wolf. That's the saying.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, I think he's right.
It took me 75 no's, but I finally got my one yes.
All it takes. All
Yep.
it takes.
It's what I live my marriage by. That's what I live my bourbon purchasing by. It works.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely still like you get that palate, still a rye herbal, a little bit of like a. I like the honey tea note.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe is with that lavender in the palate is maybe
Yeah.
the best way to describe that. And a nice finish, like it's wow.
It's good.
That's my favorite or my Pursuit United
Yeah.
product that I've tasted thus far.
Yeah. Absolutely. Their rye is where they've got it, which also makes sense because if you know anything about bourbon and rye, everything like that,
Rise are better younger.
yeah, ryes are better younger. But if this is what the rye goes to, I can't wait for like 3 more years for their bourbon, oh my gosh, is it going to be just ridiculous?
We're just an older
So,
rye. Just keep
or an
going.
older rye. Yeah, absolutely. So, if you have not picked up the Pursuit series or Pursuit United, do it. The rye is definitely
We
better
recommend the
than the
rye.
bourbon. Yeah, the rye is better than the bourbon, but it's good. Also, check out their podcast. So, that's all we're going to say. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.
Stay neat.